Yes, my viewers and subscribers, you know the right thing to do before we get into this review. Please hit that like button, leave a comment in the comment section. For my new viewers, hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notification for your latest news and reviews.
Good morning, Miss Reed. Good morning. Me alright. Me nothing wrong with me. Me alright. But now listen to everything you hear and believe, because sometimes people run with the wrong story and people say the wrong things and people accuse people wrongfully. But what I'm saying is that we have no answer for what take place. I was there part of what in the last part in the evening what happened. But all I know is I see mystery and I see God in action, what I witness. How can you sit down one place and one soldier and police, military, 100 gunshot go at you one time and not one shot touch the man of God? That is mystery. That's all me have to say. What happened is it is not spiritual. It is a demonic attack from some maroon people when car come the Saturday night. We can't explain to you, but me talk to you. Listen to what you hear, but and everything you fi swallow and accept. But me alright still, me good. We get paper fi go a court fi breach a curfew act. We were taken to jail. We treated like a king and queen down there. Some of the guys them that was inside, and so His Excellency is still there. But just pray for him, so they may do Jesus and he may come out victorious. So we have to suffer with him and reign with him. Now so I go, Christ. Miss Reed, me and your friend, but you can't tell me what to do with my life and how to live my life. And I said so Jesus when you had 12 disciples, then betray him and then turn them back on him. You can't tell me if you turn my back on my bishop, because him same one when deliver you from your bleeding, where you when you come out there with the bleed like a cow and you they go to church too much here and he never deliver. And him deliver you, so you can't say that. So you can't tell me what to do with my life and whom if you believe in, because you don't know what take place. Sorry. This disappoint you, but I'm so sorry. Goodbye. Of course I'm good. I'm good because I'm alive and well and God is able to carry through. But you don't tell me or you can't answer for me or you cannot stand before God for me. So allow me to make my decision. Me thank you for concern, but maybe the concern you have is not a good concern and is not a good advice. So therefore, me no want you sorry for me. I mean, I want you tell me what to believe in or who to believe in or who to trust, because every man have to stand before God and give account for their own sin and their own judgment. So you can't be a judge, neither for me, for bishop, nor nobody. So therefore, work your own salvation out with fear and trembling and leave God people alone and mind your own business. That's all me have to say, because the Bible teach you and say, touch not the Lord anointed, doing profit no harm. And if you don't know and understand, you leave it alone, because you only know this world, but you still don't understand the world you live in. So therefore, you need to go down for your ask God to open your eyes and we soon see what take place.
Everybody want to touch us on me. Everybody want to touch us on me. Everybody want to see us. They want to touch us on me. They want to touch us. Listen to me. Jesus said. We're stepping up this year. Them are going to be we're preaching witches this year. That's the evil one. We're stepping up, we're praising up, we're living up, we're walking up, we're talking, we're preaching up, we're saying, oh yeah! And circle.
Listen, lady, you don't come for the power. No. They'll leave left it.
We wanna see. We wanna see.
Yeah.
We wanna see Jesus there.
Blood of Jesus. The blood of Jesus. The blood of Jesus.
We wanna see
the blood of Jesus. I trouble the devil in here.
Sunday's alleged sacrifice of 2 persons inside the Montego Bay base Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries Church is a disgrace and a humiliation upon the nation, according to Reuben Williams, a St. Thomas base Obeahman. He said the alleged rituals conducted by the church reminded him of witchcraft. It is a disgrace and a evil take of human life. He, the pastor, tries to convince people he is a god, but him just full of trickeries, he said. The church's head, Dr. Kevin O. Smith, and members of his congregation were arrested on Sunday night following the incident. They have been charged under the Disaster Risk Management Act, but lawmen have hinted that other charges are possible. Another person was shot and killed in the incident after he reportedly attacked the police who were called to the scene. 3 other persons were taken to hospital for treatment. Williams said he is convinced leaders of the church were trying to create their own cult and not following orders that govern religious groups. They shouldn't have killed the woman and the man because the spirits usually require virgins. Usually if the spirit require an animal, you cannot give them a human instead. It's a waste of life. It's a cruel act, he said. Williams suggested that the church members have been brainwashed by Smith, who he believes preyed on the poor. There are times when these so-called pastors will go to the house of the poor and give them food and trick them, and they will think the pastor is God sent, but they are merely working with the devil, he said, adding that the church leader lost focus. When you are in this type of world, you have to be smart because you will think you are high and mighty. He lost focus and believed he was a god, Williams said. Cult victim tells all. Montego Bay St. James, for an entire month in March of last year, 70 congregants of Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries who were told to pay $100,000 each for entry into Kevin Smith's ark slept on concrete floors and barely had enough to eat. That first boarding of the ark ended badly, but without the loss of life seen during this week's bloody second attempt. Yesterday, a victim of Sunday's ritual who had boarded the ark on both occasions painted a picture of an organization heavily focused on feathering the nest of its leader and followers who often blindly complied with the shepherd's wishes. In an exclusive interview with the Jamaica Observer, the victim, who asked not to be identified by name, said Smith's first call for them to board the ark came just a week after Jamaica confirmed the first COVID-19 case. He told us to take out loans and bring them to him to buy food because the Lord spoke to him and told him that something is coming. That was the novel coronavirus pandemic that was coming. He knew about it. I don't know how, but he knew about it before it came here, the man told the Observer. He then called the ark on March 17. He said that we should all get into the ark because a lot of things are going to happen and the coronavirus is going to kill a lot of people. We believe him, the young man added. He explained that the ark was the name Smith gave to the physical building of the organization now being labeled a cult. It was stocked with supplies paid for with loans taken out by congregants. While the standard entry fee was $100,000, he and other members who had been experiencing financial difficulty were given a blight, but nobody entered free of cost. I didn't have $100,000, so I ended up paying $20,000. But everybody else, he told them they should bring in that $100,000. A lady had to pay $300,000 for her two daughters, and her granddaughter, but a lot of people did pay the $100,000 to come stay here, said the man. He said it was a grueling 4 weeks at the premises in Albion St. James. While we were there, we were treated badly by people he had as the missionaries and ministers. We were getting 2 dumplings with mackerel gravy for dinner. He had us sleeping on the ground, and they were cooking like 3 tins of mackerel for about 70 people. He said he would make them give us tonkar meal for eat. Some days we got porridge to eat in the morning and soup to drink in the night. And you know those are appetizers, so we did a dead for hunger. In addition to the steep entry fees to get into the ark, they were also forced to pay utility bills, the young man said. He said that we have to pay for the internet because we have to call with family abroad, and we have to pay for light and water. I think it was like some ridiculous figure. He said the water bill came up to some 200,000, and that the light bill came up to this and that. So every family had to pay additional money, the victim shared. He said that after a month at the premises and no sign of conditions improving, a former member was made aware of the events and raised an alarm on social media. This forced the leader to allow them to exit the ark, he said. It came to a point where a lady overseas who used to come to the church started to talk about it. She posted on Facebook saying, "This is not right. How can he have people sleeping on the ground while he was locked up in his office under AC? He was eating big food while we were eating scraps like we were dogs," he said. Commotion was over there on a daily basis because people were not used to getting this little bit of food. He even changed the menu, and we got broth in the evenings, but that didn't really have much substance to help you to go through the day, so we were always hungry, the man added. With empty stomachs growling, congregants were also forced to sleep on cold slabs as the building was still under construction. When the lady started to talk about everything, that's when he told us that we are going to go home and he is going to tile out the place because the ground wasn't suitable for us, and then we would come back, the young man said. He later called others behind our backs and stated that no ark will be kept. Time passed and we started going back to church, he told the Observer. They were never called back until about 2 weeks ago, he said. On Sunday, what congregants believe was a 3-day convention turned into a nightmare after 2 members of the organization were stabbed to death during a ritual involving human sacrifice. 3 others were injured. Another member was killed by the police after allegedly charging at the security forces with a knife.